Welcome to another Sci-Fi Journal presented by the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. We are at Terrificon 2023. I'm Mark Morriso. Also here today are
Calvin Watts
and Ian Kingston.
All right, this is fun. We come here every year. Now, what are you looking forward to at Terrificon this year?
Well, we usually end up coming on a Sunday to cover the event. We're here on Saturday, which is by far the busiest day. This place is packed. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on, a lot of vendors, a lot of fun things to see. We're having a blast. I'm just looking forward to having fun.
I'm just looking to see what kind of like new collectibles and everything that's kind of come out in the last few years. I think this is my second con since the pandemic kind of came out, so really I'm just kind of getting back into the con vibe and really enjoying it here so far.
Nice. And I brought a couple of my comic books to get autographed, and fortunately I was able to get autographs from those guys, and I just also got a Green Lantern artist that signed something for me, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's see what else is going on at Terrificon 2023.
All right, so Terrificon 2023, I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mitch Halleck. Mitch, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great as always, Calvin. You know that.
Really funny story. So I was literally just sitting here taking a break and waiting for Ian and Mark to come by, and I'm speaking to this nice young woman, and she's talking about different things, and she's like, oh, so do you know my son Mitchell? And I had to think for a second, like, wait, like the Mitchell? He's like, yes. I'm like, the guy that runs everything? She's like, yes. And I got to hear some wonderful stories and really do all stuff. So it's Saturday afternoon, and this place is packed.
Yeah, we were at capacity. We had to wait a little bit to let some of the crowds go. It's a good thing because everybody's having so much fun. Nobody wants to leave for a while. We were like, you guys got to keep it going. But no, it's been fantastic. Best one so far.
Yeah, each year you seem to have more and more people. There's much of a diversity of things to do. I mean, we're sitting in the video game area, and then you got, cosplayers, and you have people doing drawings, and of course you're a big comic-centric guy.
Oh, God, yeah. I love my comic books, but I do realize there's other things out there. So, yeah, I kind of got a little of my CT Gamer Con and merged it a bit and did more video games and some pinball machines and arcade games and stuff and VR stuff. So, yeah. Always adding on to it. Got to keep making it fresh and new,
Yeah, and you also have a really good actor and actress, turnout. One of the things I do have to ask, I'm sure it was probably a little bit of a concern with the different, the SAG strike and the after strike going on. How were you able to work around that?
Oh, well, the SAG people came to an understanding that as long as the actors were here doing personal appearances, which they are, not here promoting movies, it was cool. And plus, Terrificon's independently owned and operated by me and nobody else, so I don't have any studio money, so I have no affiliation. So all that was cool with everybody. So thank goodness that allowed everything to happen. They're all in there now, meeting their fans and autographs and selfies and all that stuff. So it's cool.
Now, I say this every year, but I'm going to say it this year. And I was telling your mom this and being completely honest. Terrificon, if it's not my favorite con, it's definitely in the top 3. And one of the biggest reasons is because you're a fan. You bring people that you like. You bring people that you want to see. So who is here this year that you want to bring in that you really want to have?
I'm a big Star Trek fan. I'm on a YouTube show called Trek Watch every week. And I got Frakes, I got Terry Farrell, I got Jeffrey Combs, who's a voice. He's been on every Star Trek, is either alien or a voiceover or everything. And then I got Rebecca Romaine, who I'm in love with because she's on the new Strange New Worlds as number 1. That old Majel Barrett character. Got her. Then I got my old friends. Actually, they're probably the ones I was looking for. Celebrity-wise, that was them. Art-wise, Arthur Adams, who's a fantastic, and then Chris Claremont came back. So yeah, I did a lot of comics and stuff, but definitely the Star Trek actors were my favorite.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, for those of you who have been watching it for like forever and a day, I got my start doing the Star Trek Unofficial Fan Club show, so I totally agree. Star Trek is absolutely awesome. Now, knowing you, even though it's only Saturday, you're already starting to think about next year.
I actually have guests booked already for next year. Some people, unfortunately, couldn't make it this year because of their leg operation. Eric Vale, he'll be here next year. So, yeah, we already got the lineup. That'll be July 26th to the 28th, 2024, right here at Mohegan Sun.
All right, so one last question. I have to do the fanboy thing. Now, I know from Comic Book Men and from knowing you, you're a big Indiana Jones fan. Now, going back early in the year, you got to go to the world premiere of Dial of Destiny. What do you think of the movie?
it's not my favorite Indiana Jones movie. I'm glad that we got to see Harrison one last time. They brought it to a close. I thought it was a little downer. I want to be a little bit more upbeat than it actually was, and I still think Raiders is the best, and then really Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and I actually kind of like Crystal Skull because it was filmed in my hometown, so it gets a little extra points for that, but yeah, it was okay.
You know, I have to admit, when I first saw King of the Crystal Skull, I didn't really like it, and I had taken years, but when we were coming back, I decided to go through all of them. I actually liked it better than I thought.
Yeah, it's not that bad a movie. It just got a bad rap. I'm like, it's okay, you know? Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, I know you're busy, so I'm going to let you go. CT GamerCon is going to be the next event you have here.
Yeah, April 6th to the 7th, 2024. Tickets go on sale October 1st. Spaces go on sale October 1st. Everything October 1st. And then Terrificon 2024, tickets go on sale in December, and tables go on sale in December. Yeah.
And if you go to ctgamercon.com or terrificon.com, or you watch the show, you'll have information on those upcoming events, people coming in, and all that wonderful stuff. Mitch, you're awesome. Thank you for letting us be here. Enjoy the rest of Terrificon.
Thank you very much for coming back year after year. I appreciate it.
All right, we are with the captain of the Charter Oak, a Connecticut chapter of Starfleet.
Correct.
All right.
We are Starfleet, the International Star Trek Fan Association.
Okay, so why don't you introduce yourself and a little bit about your chapter?
Perfect. My name is Captain Ryan O'Connor. I am the captain of the USS Charter Oak. We are an Akira-class vessel, and we represent Eastern Connecticut, Western Rhode Island. We have members as far out as Orange and Southwestern Connecticut, that area, all the way out to Providence, Rhode Island. So we have a vast area that we cover. Our main charity is the Connecticut Humane Society, so we're raising money to help the pets of Connecticut here at Terrificon.
All right, cool. And how long has this chapter been organized?
So our physical chapter has been around for about a year and a half.
Okay.
A lot of us have been involved for a bit longer than that, but our chapter was able to get enough members to build our own chapter, so to speak.
All right.
And so Starfleet has been around since the 70s. And so we're happy to be affiliated with them and this international organization with so many different chapters throughout the world.
Right, okay. Now, favorite series?
That's a tough one. That's like asking what's my favorite child.
Of course.
Of course. But my favorite child is Deep Space Nine.
Is it DS9?
It is.
Really?
Okay.
Why?
So it used to be Next Generation. I grew up. I'm in my late 30s, almost 40. So I grew up in the Next Generation era. All
right.
I love the treks of Kirk and Spock and everything. It was only when I got older that I started to really understand the nuances of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And it's so real. When it comes to the Next Generation, it's very utopian. In Deep Space Nine, we're talking about real people. And it's just an amazing series. Avery Brooks was an amazing captain. Terry Farrell, who is here today, was an amazing...
Did you get a chance to meet her?
I did.
Nice.
So we're going to have our pictures with her a little later.
Very nice.
And she said she'll be coming by our booth to have photos with the entire group over here. So we're all excited for that.
Okay.
But yes, right now, my favorite has to be Deep Space Nine. My favorite child is Deep Space Nine.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Now, see, I'm different from you in that I grew up in the 60s and the 70s.
Sure.
So my favorite will always be the original series, which is why I'm really into Strange New Worlds.
Sure.
Because it's always been the original Star Trek that we always wanted, but now it's got all the cool toys.
Exactly. The perfect person to replace Jeffrey Hunter as Christopher Pike is Anson Mount. He really is the perfect person, and I've been a Mount fan for years. I loved him when he was in Hell on Wheels. He's just an amazing actor. He's done many great things for the role of Captain Pike, and I look forward to seeing what else he brings to the character as well.
And he's also going to be at Rhode Island Comic Con.
Yes, correct. And you'll see us there as well.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, you'll also see the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club as well.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So tell me about your club.
Okay, well, Rhode Island Science Fiction Club has been around since 1987.
Okay.
We started Sci-Fi Journal. It's a Rhode Island PEG Access program. We started that in '96, so we're going into our 27th season.
That's amazing.
Doing this program.
That's great.
Yeah, and we also have a YouTube channel. Now, if people want to get in touch with your chapter, how do they do it?
That's a great question. So they can either go to usscharteroak.org or sfi.org, and sfi.org will obviously bring you to our parent group, and the usscharteroak.org will bring you to our page, or they can come down right here to Terrificon or at at any of these different conventions and find us. And we are on Facebook as well. We're facebook.com/USS Charter Oak NCC 63545.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much.
Well, too.
All right.
All right.
And we'll see you at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
We'll see you at Rhode Island.
All right.
Live long and prosper, my friends.
All right, so Terrificon 2023. I am here with Sal, and his booth is Robber Barons Inc. I hope I got that right. Sal, how's Terrificon going for you?
It's going great. A good crowd here. It's been hopping all day, so it's always good.
All right, so I know I saw you on Thursday when the people were setting up, because I was helping my friends Ty and Jay from Dable's Collectibles set up. And I was walking by here early. I'm like, wow, these are like really cool shirts. I like how they're a takeoff on pop culture. I didn't realize it was you, so I'm glad that you decided to do an interview. So why don't you talk a little bit about where you get the ideas for all this, and talk about what your favorites are?
Well, it started as a group of friends. We just had some ideas. We're like, we'll make a few shirts, and next thing you know, we have a whole collection of them. And it's sort of just, we basically make shirts we want to wear. So whatever our interests are, you have all kinds of stuff from Star Wars, to alien stuff, to, food. We have a whole collection of things. It's kind of a group of friends. We have some ideas, and we put them together, and, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, I really like how you mix stuff in, so you have Groot over here of an X-Files, I Want to Be Leaves, or Shaun of the Dead, so you get Shaun of the Dead and Michonne from The Walking Dead mixed in. That's really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, we try and keep it, we try and do all original stuff. It's all original ideas, it's all hand printed, and if something's been done, we don't want to be doing that, so we try and do original things, and if we can come up with ideas that people haven't seen, and make people laugh and who appreciate pop culture and fandom.
Now, do you have any upcoming cons in the area I know you're out of Connecticut. Do you have any upcoming cons in the area that you're going to be doing?
Yeah, we're doing Plastic City Comic-Con in August. We're also doing Retro World Expo in Hartford in August. CT Horror Fest in September. So we're making the rounds. Mostly local Connecticut, Massachusetts, and stuff.
All right, awesome. For those viewers of us that can't make it to one of those cons, do you have a website or somewhere they can contact you if they have any interest in any one of your shirts?
Yeah, sure. You can get us online at robberbaronsinc.com. That's INK. And we have even more stuff online than here. This is just sort of like our most popular sellers. But again, that's robberbaronsinc.com.
All right, Sal, thank you for taking a few minutes to spend with us here at Sci-Fi Journal. Enjoy the rest of Terrificon, and thank you again.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
I'm speaking with Ash. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hi, now you're from System Arcadia, right?
That is correct.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your business.
Oh, absolutely. So System Arcadia started just from a few friends who wanted to bring out some Japanese artists and the arcade machines that we love here, mostly music games. We hooked up with our good friends at Free Play Bar Arcade. They're a barcade in 2 locations, Worcester and Providence, and the owner maintains gigantic inventories of machines, about 500 classic machines that you can see here, about 100 pool tables, pinball tables. For us, we've just been running events for about 10 years, and he said, why don't you bring these out to cons, because they're always looking for arcade machines.
Nice. Now, do you have any of these favorites that you like to play yourself?
Oh yeah, so all the music games and the fighting games that you see here on this row are definitely some of my specialties.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I noticed there was a Star Trek simulator. That's a very old game. Can you tell me anything about that one?
Absolutely. So both of these Star Trek cabinets here are the rarest of all the machines that you see here. So rare, in fact, that we can't get parts for one of them because they have to come from one of 400 machines left in the entire world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to take from one machine to be able to fix the other.
Yeah, and you could kind of get into that vintage collector issue where we could modernize these cabinets, but that kind of would lose the flavor that they want. But they do have a tendency to catch on fire.
Oh, that would not be good.
No.
I remember as a boy playing the Star Wars machine, the sit-down one, but also the stand-up version too.
Yeah, and especially, just to be honest with you, the chairman requested specifically those cabinets. He said, I love any kind of ColecoVision or old school Atari game that's got that rotary dial, and the laser wireframe. Love that.
Okay, cool. All right, now, if people want to get in touch with your company, how do they get in touch with you?
Sure. So our website is systemarcadia.com, and FreePlay is freeplayarcade.com. They're both wonderful places for you to check it out, and if you ever need help for setting up your next event, we're the people for you.
Sounds good. Ash, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So Terrificon 2023, and I'm here with Lewis, who, as you can see, he has little figurines here, but this one's a little bit different. It's not Lego, it's not little like miniatures. They're made out of clay. Clay. That's freaking awesome. How you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing well, sir. It's great to meet you.
So, how are you enjoying Terrificon, and talk a little bit about what you do?
It's terrific. It's a lot of fun, man. I haven't been out too much since, the end of days, but now that everything feels right, I'm wanting to get back to a good show. I know this one was the right choice.
Okay, so you make little sculptures and little figurines and stuff out of clay. How did you get into clay? And some of this stuff is like really detailed. I know you were just showing me one of the bigger figures that you have is the cover to X-Men 101, which is the first appearance of Phoenix. That is incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. So it's just like when you're a kid and you get Play-Doh and making little monsters and soldiers and superheroes, and you realize the smaller you make them, the more you can have. So kind of never grew up past that, to be honest.
And the stuff is actually incredible. I really like the attention to detail, and you have stuff from like all over the place. You have video game stuff, you have sci-fi stuff, you have comic stuff. That Deadpool bust is really awesome.
Thank you. That was actually going to be a knife holder I was thinking about making for my kitchen, and I was like, I think this would be the appropriate venue for something to put cards in. Yeah, so...
So you were talking about Terrificon's one of the first ones you've been back to since, the pandemic ended. Do you have any upcoming shows that you're going to be at in the area?
No, but I'm always looking to make new friends. So anyone want to invite me to something, you can throw my signal up in the stars or hit me on my Instagram.
Okay, well, speaking of Instagram, so if people want to contact you, get more information about your sculptures and how they can buy this stuff, what do they have to do?
You can, if you don't find me at a show, you can get me on Instagram, shadowrabbit_clay_guy, or my website, shadowrabbitart.com.
All right, Lewis, thank you for taking a couple of minutes out with us here at Sci-Fi Journal. Again, really, really, really awesome stuff. Enjoy the rest of Terrificon.
Pleasure to meet you, man. I get down to Terrificon. It's the place to be.
I am with Andy, who's the creator of this LOS Lost in Space robot. Hi.
Mark, it's good to see you here. This is awesome. Yes, thank you. We got the B9 here, and he's being really sarcastically mean today. I don't know what, we were up all night drinking, and he'll tell you, but he came in through the metal detector. It was just horrible. They wouldn't let him in, but we're here anyways. Okay. I'm glad you a fan of Lost in Space?
I've been, I grew up in the 60s watching Lost in Space and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and all those awesome shows.
All great Irwin Allen stuff.
Okay, now, what inspired you to build this guy in the first place? He's kind of cute.
I don't know. Okay. No, you know what? Like a lot of, we're here every year, and I like to build I built this for me, and they say, well, your girlfriend, she's all right to have it in the house? I said, well, yeah, what? He's in the living room, but we love the show, and everybody that's been down here today, even the young, they recognize the B9, nicknamed Blinky, but it just, I want a piece of my childhood, that's like, and you just want it, and let's bring it to life. And so we're getting a lot of love, and it was a big project, probably the best we've done so far, but we love them.
How long did it take you to put them together?
It's a good 4 or 5 months worth of work, and there's a lot of builders that, they all help each other out, like the R2 builders, but what's special about this guy is that his torso is made from the original mold from the show from 1965. All right. And so some of these things are still out there, and a lot of help, but he was definitely a handful. But with just everybody, you can't walk by and you see a robot without smiling, and especially every other guy that's come to, I shouldn't say every person that's come through, oh my God, I remember sitting on the carpet eating a bowl of ice cream and watching the show, or I watched it with my dad, and yeah, so it's...
Now, what kind of reaction are you getting from the little kids who are not familiar with the series because they were too young?
They just amazed. And it's a robot thing. We will never be tired. I don't care, 100 years from now, you're never going to get tired of seeing a robot. You're amazed. So yeah, they love it. And in the show, he was kind of beat up a lot more, and very, the armor was he was beat up. And when we made him, I said, I want to remember him like a child. It's got to be sparkly and all lit up, and so we kind of took a little, I forgot the word I'm going for, a little liberty with the design. But the biggest liberty is, if you remember, there was one episode, it was called Cave of the Wizards, where him and Dr. Smith turned gold. Yes. So, right? Okay. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do a two-tone. So I gave him some gold shoes and a nice gold brain and crown. So he's kind of our semi-tone version. Okay. Cool. So it was just a lot of fun, and everybody's loving it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if people want to get in touch with you, do you have a website or some place where they can get more pics of this? Or?
No, we're not doing anything like that, but just, you guys are here at Terrificon. So, every year we try to bring something for Mitch, and as well as other shows in New England. So, yeah, come on down, right?
So the next convention you go to, look for the robot, get your picture taken.
And maybe next year, maybe Robbie will make an appearance with him, and we'll do the War of the Robots. How's that?
Very nice. Sounds good. All right, Andy, thank you very much.
Sir. Mark, good to see you.
All right, thanks. Let's see what else is going on in Terrificon.
Great.
It's a crazy day at Terrificon 2023. I am here with my friend Jay. Jay from his company, which is called Jaybo's Collectibles. As you can see behind us, he sells a whole bunch of stuff. He's really into Funko and some really, really awesome stuff. Jay, how's it going?
It's going good today. We're having a really good day. I'm meeting a lot of awesome cosplayers and toy collectors. My biggest sale today was a $800 pop. And it was a Lion-O Thundercat pop. And, of course, we have Larry Kenny here this weekend. And I've had a lot of people coming in looking for specific things. Some weird things, like I've been looking for Sopranos. I don't have any Soprano pops, but they've been looking for Turtle pops. I let them know what I have. They've let me know if they want it or not. And I've been doing really good with all my Turtle stuff. Has been selling really good.
Okay, and now it seems like Funko is a really big mainstay of your collectible booth. What are some of the rare Funkos that you have?
The rarest Funko that I have is a 1950s Elvis pop. He's valued at $1,200 right now. My lowest that I have right now, I will actually show you. My Akuza from Hunter x Hunter, $200, that's my lowest pop. I am a personal collector. These are my triples and my dupes, and what I do is I bring that extra that I have and I bring it to the show, and I won't toot my own horn, but I'm gonna. I am probably the lowest pop dealer, toy dealer here because I don't have a brick and mortar. And don't get me wrong, if I don't have it, I am gonna direct them to the next person that has what I don't have. And everybody's been really great. Some people have come back multiple times. I've had one person eyeballing a pop for about 2 days. He came in, he pulled the trigger, and he bought it. So it's been really good. Mitch puts on a good show every year, and it just gets better.
Absolutely. Mitch puts on a wonderful show. We've been covering, as you guys well know, Terrificon for a number of years, and we have an absolute blast here. Now, you do a bunch of the local cons in the area. I know that you're going to be at Rhode Island Comic Con. Anywhere else that you're going to be coming up?
My next con that I'm going to be at, I will not be selling, but I'm going to be working it, is Fan Expo Boston. Okay. I'm going to be there. We have Tara Strong's going to be there, Miss Minutes. She's awesome. We have Hayden Christensen's going to be there for one day, and we have the original 3 from the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, Anakin, and Obi-Wan are going to be there.
Oh, nice.
So I will be there, and then my next one after that will be Terrificon. Terrificon is making a comeback, going to be strong, so I think it's going to be an incredible show too.
I agree. I'm looking forward to all that. So if they can't, any of our viewers can't make it to any of your cons, is there a way they can contact you if they have any interest in your stuff?
Yes, they can reach out to me on Instagram. It's a very weird name. It's Archer, ARCHERXUE. You will find me on Instagram there, or you can just search J-Bo's Collectibles on Facebook, and I can be reached through there as well too.
Okay, Jay, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Enjoy the rest of your con. I'm glad you're doing well, and of course, I'll be talking to you later.
Yes, I will take that Transformer from you.
All right, let's go see what we can else do with Terrificon 2023.
Hi, and here we are with Steven. Do you mind just telling me a little bit about what got you into dragons, the epitome of really the fantasy creature, and what got you into this business, to making this art? Tell me a little bit about your business.
Sure, yeah. I've always loved dragons ever since I was a little kid. My third grade teacher read us The Hobbit, and like Smaug is just the quintessential dragon. I started getting into fantasy stuff, playing RPG games when I was little. So I just kind of fell in love with fantasy and dragons from a really young age. I've been drawing dragons since I was a little kid. Ended up deciding to go to art school out of college and wanted to pursue fantasy art.
What art school did you go to?
I'd rather not say because I don't want to give them
No worries. It's all good.
But you definitely should not go to Pratt Institute.
Fair enough. So third grade, you read The Hobbit. I've never heard of that before. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was my teacher, like in between, schoolwork and stuff, she would read us from the book, and she did all the voices and everything, and I just was like, this is the coolest story ever.
So you've been drawing dragons since you were young. You really got into, dragons because of Smaug. You've been drawing a lot of fantasy, and I mean, honestly, the artwork's incredible. That's what drew me over here. I had to come back. I had to ask for this interview.
Yeah.
So what made you take this and turn into your life passion, into your hobby, into your business?
I just always wanted to do fantasy art. I was inspired by Magic the Gathering and various other dragon art, and I was like, this is what I want to do. So after school, I started building up my portfolio, trying to get card art jobs for card game publishers, and wasn't really making ends meet. And I, knew about comic conventions, and I was like, well, how about I just go to a convention and take, my portfolio and see, if people, buy my portfolio stuff. And, it went well the first couple of cons, and just started doing it more and more and more. And as the work got better and I started getting more stuff, it just kind of grew from there. So I didn't necessarily intend to, right from the get-go, do convention sales, but I grew into it, and it is my full-time job.
That's amazing. Well, that's a bit of an inspiration, I'm sure, to a lot of people who would be watching, and taking something that was really a passion first and then turning it into a life learning. So congratulations on that. Not many people can do that. It's kind of awesome. I'm a huge Magic the Gathering nerd and fan myself, so I've got quite a few play mats at home just like these, so I might be picking one of these up.
Perfect.
If somebody were to try to get a hold of you, be able to do some, buy some of your product, not just at a convention, although I'm sure they can come to Terrificon next time, how would they get a hold of you?
So you go to my website, my last name, nigerianart.com. I'm also Nigerian Art on pretty much every social media platform. So write me an email, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Steven, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the con. Let's see what else we got.
Great. All right. Awesome. Yeah.
This world is beyond cruelty. You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries. And they were massacred. Alongside my father.
Your father didn't believe in revenge. We believe in Fremen.
Let me fight beside you.
Reload!
Dahashi, Fadilzir,
He said that.
I got that. Thanks.
I won't be fighting for him. I'm fighting for my people.
You young pup.
Do you believe in Paul?
There are signs. The prophet. Why is that a bad thing? Use it.
Because all my visions lead to horror.
Because you lose control.
Because I gain it. Johnny, do you believe in me?
Paul Atreides is still alive.
Deal with this prophet.
Show me who you are.
Your father. Was a weak man. Look who's back from the dead.
I will do what must be done.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
I will love you as long as I breathe.
This prophecy is how they enslave us!
It's not a prophecy. It's a story.
I don't care what you believe. I believe. I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis.
He who can destroy a thing has the real control of it.
Carol Danvers, prodigal child of the Milky Way.
Nick Fury, my favorite one-eyed man of intrigue.
How goes it out there?
You know, cold, no air, space.
Captain Marvel, the Annihilator. You took everything from me. And now I'm returning the favor.
What is happening to me? She's entangled our light-based powers. So we switch places whenever we use them.
Strong theory.
You can absorb light. I can see it. And Kamala...
Who's Kamala?
Hi. She can turn light into physical matter, which I have never heard of.
I could totally show you.
No!
She's targeting every planet we call home. I would never choose to bring anybody into this.
You are not the only thing standing between this and the universe.
Oh my god, we're a team.
Higher.
Further. Faster.
Who's a good kitty goose?
I can't. Can you?
I got it.
ゴジラ-1。
All right, and to finish up the show, we just saw the Blue Beetle movie. Guys, what did you think?
It was fun.
Yeah. I like
it was silly. I mean, was it really serious? No. Did it have a lot of campy elements? Yes. But it was fun.
Yep.
I laughed. I had a good time, and that's what a good movie should be.
That's right. Okay, James, what do you think?
I wish it had some more connections with the rest of the DC universe, but it's going to be an Elseworlds film basically because of the new plans for the future with DC.
Not necessarily.
But well, we'll see then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was great casting and really good action.
Yep, casting was good. I like the family element that was in it.
Yeah.
I really like the idea that they paid homage to the first and the second Blue Beetle because I've always been a big fan of the second. It was nice to see the bug in action and all the toys and all that stuff. It was really cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, big question is, I would give it, out of 10 stars, I'd probably give it 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5. I agree.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to add it to your DVD collection? Well, you add everything to your DVD collection.
I don't add everything. First off, it's now a 4K collection. DVD is like passe.
Okay. All right.
But yes, I'm going to add it to my collection.
Okay. All right.
You really need to join the 21st century.
I know, I do. But I have Blu-ray at home. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say Blu-ray? You said DVD.
Well, because I'm old. That's why.
And I got the Max and the DC universe, everything.
Okay.
So and I have access to the comics actually too, and stuff like that. So I'll check those out.
Cool. All right. Okay. So that's going to be it for this episode. We want to thank Mitch Halleck of Terrificon for letting us take those segments over there. That was a lot of fun. And okay, that's it for this particular episode of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon. Maybe we'll see you at the movies.
Thank you.